Hello, everybody. In today's lesson, you will increase your confidence in listening and improve your speaking skills. You will also know new vocabulary words such as active, pay attention, communication, engage, judge, skill, feedback, interrupt. Active, as in you're active in the conversation, you're contributing. Pay attention means you're listening to what that person is saying or what's being said around you. Communication, when you're conveying a message or talking with someone. Engage means to take part in that conversation. Judge, when you're deciding what's right or wrong with something or someone. To say something or someone is wrong or unethical. Skill, how well you are at that activity or that aspect. Feedback, to share your thoughts of somebody else's work or someone else's accomplishments or what they did. Interrupt, to stop somebody from what they're doing or what they're saying. So, a key to being an active listener is to focus on the person speaking. Look at them and listen carefully to what they are saying. Also look for nonverbal cues. How can you tell when someone is really listening to you? What do they do? What are some difficulties you have in paying attention when someone is speaking? Okay, good answers. Okay. Yeah, me too. If something is not interesting or engaging or fun, sometimes it's more difficult for me to listen. Also, that's I noticed that. Okay. Does anybody think of any ways to show that they are listening? Oh, good answers. So another good way to show that you are listening is you show that you're listening to the speaker with nonverbal and verbal cues. Nodding is one example. A polite facial expression and short verbal comments show that you're listening carefully. What are some ways you've noticed that people show they're listening? Anyone? Yeah, I also agree. How do you show a speaker that you are listening to them? Okay. Don't judge. An active listener doesn't interrupt the speaker. They listen carefully and don't give advice or suggestions unless the speaker shows they want it. Why is it important not to interrupt the speaker? What happens when a listener does this? How do you feel when you are talking and someone interrupts you, gives you advice? It feels rude, right? That's not a good way to be. Give feedback. Ask questions to clarify if you're not sure you've understood. Summarize what the person is saying to check for understanding when responding. Be respectful. What kinds of questions could you ask to be sure you've understood correctly? Okay. When you are telling someone about a problem, what kind of feedback do you like to get? Yeah, me too. I like getting a positive feedback. Okay, so we'll watch this episode of The Big Bang Theory, and then after that, then you can answer some questions. How does Amy show poor listening skills at first? What does she do not do? What does she do to show she is actively listening during the second half of the conversation? So you can be answering those questions after watching this.
First, there was PlayStation, aka PS1. PS1. Then there's PS2, PS3, and now PS4. And that makes sense. You'd think after Xbox, there'd be Xbox 2. But no. Next came Xbox 360. And now, after 360, comes Xbox One. Why one? Maybe that's how many seconds of thought they put into naming it.
Can you get the butter, please?
However, with the Xbox One, I can control my entire entertainment system using voice commands. Up until now, I've had to use letters.
Get the other one. How's the butter?
Hang on. I don't feel like you're taking this dilemma seriously.
Fine, Sheldon. You have my undivided attention.
Okay, now, the PS4 is more angular and sleek looking.
No way!
It's true. But the larger size of the Xbox One may keep it from overheating.
You wouldn't want your gaming system to overheat?
No, see, well, you absolutely would not. And furthermore, the Xbox One now comes with a Kinect included.
Included?
Yes. Not sold separately. Although the PS4 uses cool new GDDR5 RAM, while the Xbox One is still using the conventional DDR3 memory.
Why would they still be using DDR3? Are they nuts?
See, that's what I thought. But then they go and throw in an ES RAM buffer.
Oh, wait a second. Who's they?
Xbox.
You're kidding!
No, I am not. And this ES RAM buffer should totally bridge the 100 gigabit per second bandwidth gap between the two RAM types.
This is a nightmare. How will you ever make a decision?
See, I don't know. What should I do?
Please pass the butter!
Okay. So how does Amy show poor listening skills at first? What does she do and not do? Very good. What does she do to show she is actively listening during the second half of the conversation?